Hey guys, and welcome to my gigantic book haul. So this book haul contains 35 books. Yes, I did not say it wrong. I just counted them. There are 35 books that we acquired in the span of less than 2 months. Not even, since the last book haul. You guys check when the last book haul was. Maybe don't check. You don't want to know. And it's a lot of books. Most of them are books given to me by friends, specifically 2 friends. 1 book given to me by a friend, and then like the other 25 given to me by the other friend. So there are a lot of books. So brace yourself. I can't talk too much about them. I'll only be really talking about the review books that I got, and then the other books I'll just mention them and like mention one tiny thing. And then I actually bought 4 books so far. I bought 3 in March, okay, but they were only $10 in total, and I bought 1 back in December, and that was $4. So I did not spend much, okay? Not much. So I'm good. I'm making good on my book buying ban. I don't think I ever mentioned this, but I actually got an awesome package from Penguin Books. The day before Christmas, they sent it by like overnight shipping or like same day shipping. And one of the things had The Big Sleep, which is like one of their Penguin classics. I also had a little tote bag, and there was like a little cute card. It was really cute, and it was very considerate of them. I just wanted to give a shout out to them because I never showed this, and I suck at keeping tabs of all the stuff that we get. So let's get started with the book haul. The first part is going to be the review books. I hope I don't lose you guys somewhere in between this whole video. The first book is I'll Meet You There by Heather Demetrios. I got this book from Raincoast because of all the hype that I've been hearing about it. It already came out in February when they sent us the newsletter, but they had extra copies, and I jumped at the chance because Brittany, who's part of the GTA Girls, loves this book and said she cried, and she never cries. So I got it and I read it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to try stacking some of them here, which is not going to happen. The next book that I got is from Random House Canada. Thank you so much, Alia, for sending this. We have a mutual love for Veronica Mars, and she said she'll send me this one, which is the sequel to the $1,000 Tan Line, and this is Mr. Kiss and Tell. I already read this, and I really enjoyed it, and I just love the Veronica Mars world, and I just love LOVE, if you guys know what I mean. The next book that I got is from Penguin Canada, and it is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adier. This is a retelling of the 1001 Nights story, which is Arabian folklore, Arabian tales that I'm actually familiar with and knew about because I'm Arab, obviously. So I'm really interested to see her take on this, and I just love how even like the Arabian culture was sort of shown on the cover with these patterns. Another book that I got from Penguin Canada is Daughter of Deep Silence by Carrie Ryan. Due to my obsession with mystery thrillers, when I saw this and I knew nothing about it, I read the synopsis and I'm like, ooh, mystery thriller. Sounds really good. And I did some little digging because that's what I do now. I do some digging before I request books, no impulsive requesting. And it sounded really good, and a lot of people liked it so far. It comes out in June though, so I am very excited for this one. The Wrath and the Dawn comes out in May. The last review book that I have is not the typical review book because it's not really a fictional story, but it is a cookbook, and it is Salad Love 260 crunchy, savory, and filling meals you can make every day. So this is for the people who just don't really cook, and that's me. I would love to cook, but I have this thing where I just don't think I can cook, so I just don't cook. So this one like has delicious, and I mean delicious, salads. I already made 2 so far, and they turned out fantastic and really good, and like 4 family members loved it. Loved them. There were 2. So there's like, and every single recipe has a picture, which I find some cookbooks don't do, and that pisses me off so much because I need to visualize the stuff. So my review of this one will most probably have already gone up or will be going up when I post this video. If you guys are interested, I will leave the link to it down below if it is already live. But I just really love it, and David Bez is a genius because he even says this is not a cookbook because it's just so simple, but it's just so beautiful and delicious, and that's the whole point of making food. Now we're gonna move to the books that I bought. and then we'll go to the huge, humongous stack of books received by other people. The first book that I bought is Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas, another mystery thriller, psychological thriller that I really want to read, even though I was ruined for the ending. Hi Anna. But I still want to read it because every lover of this book said even though you technically know the ending, it's okay because the process is what's amazing. So definitely pick it up, and I obviously bought it and I'm very excited to read it. I keep forgetting that I actually have this copy, so I need to put it on my TBR either next month or the month after. The next book that I bought is The White Queen by Gregory Philippa. I bought this from a used bookstore and I've been wanting to buy this for so long. I read the synopsis of the book and I saw the trailer for the show, but I wasn't really interested in watching the show because I really want to read the book. So ever since then I've been wanting to get it, and I finally did, and it was like $3. So I'm very excited to read this. I'm hoping to add this in 2 months time so I can read it, so we'll see about that. The other 2 books that I bought actually did not add up to my TBR because I already read them, and they are The Immortal Rules as well as The Eternity Cure by Julie Kagawa. Now you're wondering, if you know my bookshelf, China, you already have The Immortal Rules in hardcover. Why would you get these? Well, let me tell you, The Immortal Rules hardcover is the old cover, and since I read the whole trilogy and I borrowed it from the library and I had the arc of the second book, I can't really invest $30 to buy the second and third book in hardcover if I can buy them in paperback, and each one was $3, so I paid $6 in total, and then I'll just buy the paperback of the last book when it comes out, and that would be $12, and I will have beautiful matching covers. These covers are gorgeous to the extreme. I love these kind of covers. So, and they have the distressed or deckled edges, which I'm a huge fan of, and I love this flappy thing. I just love it. So I just had to buy them. I could not pass them up. Whoever donated them, man, can't appreciate good books. And this contains one of the most kick-butt protagonists ever, and diverse books because she is half Japanese. So how cool is that? Okay guys, we gotta hustle because I just looked at the recording and I'm already on the 9th minute and I barely showed any books. A last book that I got is a book that I got from the Random House event for Rachel Hartman, and it is the sequel of Serafina, which is Shadow Scale by Rachel Hartman, and this is a humongous book. I read Serafina and I really enjoyed it, and we went to the luncheon with the author and she signed it for me. I'll leave the link to the recap for the event down below if you guys are interested to see what went on and what is the author going to be writing next, because she gave me some scoop about the new duology she's planning on writing. I think it's a duology or a series, and I'm just gonna give you one hint, and it is that it is set in the same world as Serafina. Let's start off with the books that I got from friends. The first one is the book that I got from Lynn, and it is We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallish. And this one is a contemporary about a bunch of friends, and it's a coming-of-age story. Then I got a book from Gisela Booknerd Canada, and it is The Maze Runner by James Dashner, the movie tie-in edition, and that makes me super excited because it has some photos from the actual movie, and that is awesome because I love the movie. The movie was fantastic, and specifically, I gotta give a shout out to Dylan O'Brien. I mean, who would not give a shout out to Dylan O'Brien? And I loved it. I loved it, and I'm just so happy that she was giving away this copy. Thank you, Giselle, and thank you, Lynn. Now, the next books are all books that Brittany gave me, so brace yourself, guys. We're starting. The first book is a review book, or an arc of Gone Too Far by Natalie D. Richards, and this is another mystery thriller. Then I got Possession by Elena Johnson, which is one of the early dystopians, the first ever dystopian books, kind of along Divergent and Shatter Me and Delirium that came out. My sister read this one and loved it and thought it was a very unique and original dystopian start of a series. Then we've got Wolfsbane by Andrew Kramer, the UK paperback edition, which is not floppy whatsoever, and that's what floppy is. It's the opposite of this. And we own Nightshade in the same UK cover because we bought it in Dubai, and Dubai usually get all their books and the editions from the UK because it's obviously closer than the US. So point is that now we have the second book in the same cover scheme. Then I've got Lies Fear, and Plague by Michael Grant, which are books 3, 4, 5 of the Gone series. I own the first 2 books, and when I saw that Brittany was getting rid of these ones, I picked them up because even though these 2 don't match, they're free. And if I end up loving the series, then I can definitely buy the other ones. Then I have 3 pocket-sized contemporaries that I used to love reading when I was a bit younger, and the first one is Killer Cruise by Jennifer Shaw. The second one is Tamara Summers' Save the Date, and the third one is Jan Coffey's Tropical Kiss. I used to love reading these in the summer. They were like very quick one sitting reads, so I'm going to be saving those for the summer so I can just like take it, put it in my pocket or like in my bag and read it whenever. So yeah, those. Thanks, Brittany. And now moving on to contemporary galore. There's 5 paperback contemporaries that I got, or we got from Brittany. The first one is Take Me There by Carolee Dean, and this is a road trip novel that I've always had my eyes on. Then there's Two-Way Street by Lauren Barnhold. Farha and I both read this one, and I really enjoyed this one, and I love it. It was one of my first contemporary YA books that I've ever read. Then we've got An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Funnily enough, this was for $4. And yeah, I have only read The Fault in Our Stars by him. I'm not interested in reading Looking for Alaska, and because the movie is coming out for this one, is it Abundance of Catherines that the movie is coming out? Or is it that other one? What's that other one called? Oh crap. Paper Towns, never mind. I'm pretty sure this is going to be turned into a movie. So I wanted to read it and see if John Green is my type of author or not. Then we've got Perfect Chemistry by Simone Alcalez. I read this, I didn't like it, but my sister wanted to give it a try. And lastly is a new adult novel, and it is The Edge of Never by J.A. Ridmersky. I don't know why Brittany didn't like it, even though like she's a hardcore NA fan, but I have been hearing amazing things about it and thought might as well try reading it. Okay, we're down to the last batch of books. The first one is Falling Into Place by Amy Zhang. I read this book as an ARC and I really liked it and thought it was just very emotional. It was heartbreaking. I cried a lot on the bus, still remember, and when she was giving this away I thought I'd pick it up because I really do want it as part of my collection. The next book is Unbreak My Heart by Melissa Walker. I already read this like a year ago in the summer. It's very short and I thought it was super sweet and cute and I really wanted to own it because A, the cover is gorgeous, and B, I really like the story. The next book that I picked up is Arclight by Jocelyn L. McQueen. I had this on my book outlet cart when I wanted to buy, like make a purchase, but then I saw this on Brittany's wanting like unhaul books and I'm like, okay, I'd like that one because I really am interested in reading it because I don't know why. Like I read a review somewhere that kind of like struck something and I'm like, I want it. So I picked this one up. Then I picked up Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol, and I really love the art here. Like it's very pretty, even though it's like only one like shade of color, which is like purple. I really like it and it looks super cute. So I'm definitely giving this one a try. I really want to read this one as well as Seconds. Then I picked up The Golem and the Jinni by Helene Wecker. This caused so much hype and buzz a couple of months ago when all the booktubers were buying it off Book Outlet, but I don't think I ever read or watched a review or heard anyone mention what they thought of the book because I don't know if I know anyone who's read the book. So if you've read it, let me know what you think of this one. But I do want to give it a try because it sounds kind of cool. The next 3 books are all part of a series, and it is the Star-Crossed trilogy. The first one being Star-Crossed, the second one being Dreamless, and the third one being Goddess, which I think has the most beautiful colors. Just, oh, so pretty. And the ratings of this trilogy is crazy. They're like 4.2, and when I saw this on Brittany's pictures, I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, it's on Book Outlet everywhere. Like, Book Outlet has like over 100 copies of each one. So I don't think the demand is too high for it. But then like, you know what? Let me just look at the synopsis. And I look at the synopsis. It sounds really good. But then I didn't expect the Goodreads rating to be so high. And then I saw that, I'm like, Brittany, why didn't you like them? And I don't know what she said, but like, I don't think she had the time or she lost interest or something. So I really do want to check those one out. Like, seriously want to check them out. Now we're down to the last two. Before the last is What's Left of Me by Kat Zhang, and this is the first book in the Hybrid Chronicles. My sister read this and wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I do want to try it out. And the whole twins and like hybrids and like I don't know, the cloning thing was sort of a trend a year or so ago when this book first came out. And I've read like one by Kat Patrick, which is called The Originals, and there's also The Lost Girl, which I do own but haven't read. But am interested in the science and the way it's explained, so I want to check this one out. And the last book is actually not mine, it's my sister's, but it is The School of Good and Evil by Somin Chainani. And I do love this cover. It's very pretty. Let's hope there's something pretty under here. Not that pretty, but there's that. And this is a middle grade book, and it's something to do with school and good and evil. That's all I know. This is the third time I filmed this book haul, because the first time I filmed it with my sister, but she lost the video, so no idea where it went. The second time I filmed it alone, and then yesterday I was planning on importing it onto iMovie to edit. And at the same time, I was deleting a lot of photos that I had already and like a lot of stuff on my SD card because it was getting too full. And I ended up deleting this video as well as my February wrap up and my March TBR. That's it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you're a new watcher, subscribe. I don't even know where the subscribe button is anymore. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!